Hi, everybody. Amy Conley here with United Way of Door County. We're continuing on with our series of interviews with our partners, the organizations we're funding this year in 2021. Today, my guest is Chris Miller. Chris, can you introduce yourselves to everyone?
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Chris Miller. I'm the coordinator and case manager of the Door County Cradle to Career program at Lakeshore CAP.
Wonderful. So, Cradle to Career, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure, I'd love to. Just a little history about the program. Back in around 2014 or so, some people who worked in human services, along with some retired professionals from the community, began noticing an increasingly increased distress and challenges among the population of young single parents from 18 to about 30 years of age. They were struggling with direction, with goals, with furthering education, all kinds of things that made family life really difficult and challenging. So different stakeholders in the community that worked with families and provided human services started meeting, and formally in about 2015, 2014, um, they really approached this seriously and did a survey of different partners in the community. And this core group consisted of people from United Way, from Family Services, NWTC, We Are Hope, Public Health, Human Services, and some other key players. Um, and in 2015, they created Cradle to Career under the auspices of Lakeshore CAP.
Mhm.
And in 2015 started offering services to clients, and I came on board in 2016. Uh, while the Cradle to Career program is under Lakeshore CAP, and Lakeshore CAP does serve 4 counties, this program is specifically based in Door County, and all funds that go to the program stay in Door County. And we do receive additional support through Lakeshore CAP, but anything directed through United Way or other donations stays here. So the target population for Cradle to Career started out being parents under 30 with a child less than 5 years of age. But we started seeing that there were people in their 30s who were also going to benefit from our services. So now it's strictly you need to have a child under the age of 5 at the time of enrollment, but the family can stay with me as long as they wish. So I've had families with me for 5 years, and their children
Mhm.
are beyond 5 years of age. It's strictly a voluntary program, and there's no cost to the consumer. Um, my focus through Cradle to Career is on the parent, because we support family wellness, uh, physical and mental health,
Mhm.
family stability, educational attainment, and the ultimate goal is economic self sufficiency.
Yeah.
And that can take time.
Mhm.
So, our model is a case management model where I'm the case manager, and uh, we start out with an initial assessment, and that is ongoing because the family situation changes from day to day, from hour to hour sometimes. So we're always checking in. Um, I meet with families in my office. During COVID, it's been remote. I do
Mhm.
not go into the home because we try to find focus time for the parent to be able to communicate with me. And I am flexible with my time and can also do evening appointments if that is accommodates their work schedule or
Okay.
whatever schedule. So we do that assessment, and then usually it's basic needs that bring people to me in the first
Mhm.
place. I get referrals from throughout the community. Being housed at Lakeshore CAP is really a plus, because we'll get families that come to the food pantry or come to legal aid, which rents space in our building, and I'll get referrals that way as well, but also from other key support people in the community. So through we meet, look at basic needs, and we create a goal plan after getting to know the client and them getting to know me. They create a goal plan with my help. It's their goals, and that's what kind of sets the framework for our interactions moving forward. But that goal plan, like the assessment, is also very flexible and fluid because
Sure.
with time that can change. And we always have action steps that go along with those goals, and they're baby steps, small steps, and that gives the client a sense of accomplishment and lets them see that this is going to take time. It's a process. It doesn't happen overnight, but a little bit of success breeds more success. And so,
Exactly.
uh, and part of the program is just establishing that real trusting, supportive relationship. Some some moms, and it's mostly moms that I work with. Dads are welcome, but it's mostly single moms in the program. Just having that positive female role model that is there to listen and support them is huge for them.
Mhm.
So showing them that there's hope for them and their family means a lot. So a lot of listening. Um, some of the basic needs that we do is, looking at what are they eligible for? Are they getting the benefits that they are eligible for? Because any other source of income then can go towards things where maybe they can't get the help or they aren't eligible for it. We've got some great support in the community and donors that also contribute to the program. And so we're able to get assistance that way as well. I can help with diapers, wipes, high chairs, cribs, things like that
Yeah.
for babies. I always check in on their physical health. My background is nursing, so I do like to approach, where are they physically, making sure that their physical needs, not just their children's, are being met because they need to be healthy to be there for their kiddos.
Mhm.
And then we also discuss mental health, and I try to help remove that stigma that accessing help for your mental wellness is okay to do.
Yes.
Many of us do it, and what they are dealing with creates a lot of stress. If we can reduce some of that stress, they're going to be better for their kids. Their primary goal is to be the best they can be for their children. And so we revisit that and remind them how to do that.
Yeah.
We look at education. I've had several clients who have come in and wanted to pursue a GED and just didn't know how to get that started. So I will go
Mhm.
with them to NWTC or set them up with the contact people there. And I've had several moms complete their GED. One has now continued on and is pursuing an associate's degree.
That's
I
wonderful.
I also work with high school moms, and counselors know to contact me, and they can get credit for working with the Cradle to Career program. I worked with one mom, a young high school mother who, um, while she was in high school, went from being a dishwasher with my assistance and getting her enrolled in a CNA program. She increased her income that way. She stayed in school, graduated from high school, and is now in nursing school at NWTC.
That's
So
great. Those success
those
stories are wonderful, Chris.
they are. And I had a mom that started with me about 3.5 years ago, moved here to be with her partner, but all her family support was out of state. So she was really needing emotional support and a lot of other basic needs support. And she eventually did land a job with benefits and good pay in the career that she said she wanted when we created her goal plan at the beginning. And she just gave a wonderful testimonial to the support that Cradle to Career gave, both physically and the emotional support. She, because housing is such a challenge in Door County, she didn't end up moving out of county because she could find affordable housing. But she's still in that same job, and we keep in touch. Um,
Good.
so I
Well,
think
Chris,
any.
you shared so much information. No, and it's all so good. Yes, I remember back in 2014 when we were starting the program, and we used to have services that kind of met this need and worked with those young parents. And for a variety of reasons, those programs went away. And having that group of committed community members come together, and that's something that I've been talking more about when I go and do my employee presentations this year is, why after 22 years I'm still here. And it's those committed people, right? I knew you when you worked for a different nonprofit, and just knowing your passion and your commitment to our community, and that when there's a need or a problem identified, folks come together and they really rally to create those needed services. And then we're lucky enough to find people like you who want to work for nonprofits and provide those services. So thank you, Chris, for doing that.
Thank you.
So if you are a parent and you have a child that's 5 or younger, and some of the stuff you heard today sounds interesting to you, that maybe you could use some help with education continuement, job fulfillment, just accessing different resources, your physical, mental health, that overall economic family stability piece of things. How do people connect with you, Chris? How can they learn more?
They're very welcome to call our Lakeshore CAP office at 920-743-0192, or we are only open Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, but I have my work cell phone with me all the time. And someone can call 920-323-7262.
Okay. And if they call you, they're not obligated to sign up for services or anything. They can just ask you a few questions to learn a little bit more, right?
Oh, absolutely. I'm more than willing to talk and let them know what I can offer, what their needs are, and it can be a short-term or long-term relationship, whatever benefits them. I've had people that I worked with for a while and their needs were met at the time. And then a year or two later, they contacted me again and they're in a different place and they know the services I can offer and the support I can give. And so they're still with me now. And one mom who is a single mom and is making a good salary in one of our businesses, but wanted to pursue a career that was a better fit for her. So I'm actually facilitating a meeting with her and someone who works in that field in human services to just expose her and let her know
Yeah,
what classes she might need to take ahead of time. Uh, just those kinds of things. So
wonderful.
always here to help.
Good. Well, Chris, thank you for all that you do. And we tend to end these interviews by talking about the ALICE population. So ALICE stands for Asset Limited, Income Constrained, Employed Sometimes. We cover that 65 and plus number when we look at our ALICE stats too, and people are like, people are working over 65. I'm like, sometimes I do. My mom's, I won't say how old, but my mom's still working, 4 days a week and absolutely loves her job. And, so we use that E as employed sometimes. And just like your population is sometimes employed. When we look at the services Cradle to Career provides, how does that support that group that we would consider in that ALICE budget category?
Sure. Well, and all of my clients are less than 65. So, and I do have quite a few that are employed and still struggling to meet those basic needs and have minimal assets, if any at all. I mean, savings is a luxury. So I do have a lot of ALICE people in the program. So like I do with all my clients, the basic needs. And one thing recently that I've done a lot with is making sure they're well informed about the advanced child tax credit.
Yeah.
So that's huge, but there is a process. There are some hoops to go through to, especially for people who have babies born in 2021, and just helping them make sure that they're getting it if they're eligible, realizing the implications of that next year when they file taxes. Helping, we do work on budgeting if that's something they would like to do. So the child tax credit, things like energy assistance, which they might be eligible for, when that's they can enroll and where to call. just details that are really important for them to know.
Mhm.
And
And
also,
Chris, is there a charge for your services?
not at all.
Okay, so
My
that's a good way we're helping that Alice population too, is by not charging for your service.
Right, absolutely voluntary and no cost to them.
Yeah,
Um, so a lot of that.
good.
Also, managing the stress with COVID. I've had people who were doing fine until COVID hit, and they had reduced hours or no hours at all. And so those were some more short-term interactions, but definitely that Alice population who maybe didn't need to access resources before, and then they found themselves in this situation they didn't know how to navigate. So
Yeah, wonderful. Well, thank you for sharing all of that. Can you repeat your two phone numbers for us again?
sure, our Sturgeon Bay office, we're on South Third Avenue, is 743-0192. And my work cell phone number is 920-323-7262.
Wonderful. And again, today we're talking with Chris Miller from Cradle to Career, a program of Lakeshore CAP. The program we talked about today is specific to Door County, and helping those Door County parents and getting them connected to the services they need. And Chris is there as that long-term case manager to really offer that consistent support and mentoring. So Chris, thank you for everything you do, and thanks for joining us today. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, thank you, Amy, and everyone at
Okay,
United Way. Thanks.
thank you. Thanks. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.